The number 2, third, Shindig. She's come from well back and the widest near enough to it on the turn. A brown mare 5, Straight Strike, saving Max Lee's Alan Robbins. And number 3, Sweet Consort, 4th and 1 Prairie, didn't disappoint in 5th position. 15, 6 and 2 after the 7th event here, the Dave Potter Bloodstock Wiggle Quality Handicap. Okay, not much more we can add there, so let's go to further news. Oh, Adelaide's a bit...
Racing, Tristalia flew the start down on the inside, bounced a length in front from Sky Talk. On the outside of those, Sabre Suit and Prior Engagement, and also Sailor's Courage. From the outside, Dibbles Dane is starting to work across when they sort themselves out. Tristalia in front now. From Prior Engagement up second, Dibbles Dane is caught wide around Sabre Suit. On the inside, Sky Talk, further back, Sailor's Courage. Backslapper is racing wide, a length further back, Batocci from Bright Spot, followed by Let's Cut Loose, Stonington, Shanoak, and last of all, Navajo Boy over the top of the hill, and they're bunched up where the leader is on the inside. Tristalia joined by Prior Engagement, a length further back, Dibbles Dane, caught 3 deep around Sabre Suit. On the inside, there is Sky Talk, a half further back, Backslapper deep around Sailor's Courage, Batocci the middle, then Bright Spot, Let's Cut Loose, followed by Stonington, then Shanoak back second last, but only about 6 off the front, and Navajo Boy last of all. They go to the 800-metre mark, and Dibbles Dane, Cassidy had to let him go around the outside to take up the running now after being wide. Sabre Suit got up inside him second. Backslapper is wide third from Prior Engagement. They're getting out a little deep from Sailor's Courage. Batocci working into it. Let's Cut Loose going around the outside. Prior Engagement back on the fence, and further back in the race, Stonington. When they come to the turn, Dibbles Dane, the leader from Backslapper. Then came pulled to the outside. Let's Cut Loose. Further back in the race, Sailor's Courage, followed by Batocci. In the straight they race now. Dibbles Dane in front. Sailor's Courage got up on the inside of it. Sailor's Courage joins Dibbles Dane from Stonington, and Let's Cut Loose down the outside, coming home well. Sailor's Courage, the leader from Let's Cut Loose out wide. Stonington getting a late run. Let's Cut Loose dived in, or flattened a couple of them halfway up the running, but he took the lead, and Let's Cut Loose got up to win. A neck on the line, Sailor's Courage. Stonington was knocked out of it, and so too was the 4th horse, Dibbles Dane, by the winner. Then further back, Batocci, followed by Shanoak. Behind those, Sky Talk, the outside, Navajo Boy. A gap in the race, Prior Engagement. Further back, then Backslapper, Sabre Suit, and Bright Spot, and last of all is Tristalia.
Over the line, number 3, Let's Cut Loose. 6.90, 2.10, 15, Sailor's Courage, 4.80, 14, Stonington, $5.10.
3, Let's Cut Loose, 6.80, 2.20. 15, Sailor's Courage to pay $4.50, and 14, Stonington, $4.50.
Number 3 in the frame. Number 15 is second, and that's Sailor's Courage. And Stonington will be third. Now let's have a look here. Let's Cut Loose, hands and heels and the hoop sleeves going up to Dibbles Dane, and Sailor's Courage and the white cap back nearer the inside. They've left the fence. And hard ridden here, Let's Cut Loose gets to Dibbles Dane, rolls in dramatically. Well, knocks Dibbles Dane virtually out of it, and Stonington got the backwash. But it's gone on to win to beat Sailor's Courage about a neck. But the third horse, Stonington's about a length and a quarter behind them. But it's copped the backwash inside Dibbles Dane. So it's come in here. Let's Cut Loose to win and beat Sailor's Courage, which hasn't been impeded, and about a length and a half is Stonington third.
All right, there's correct weight Gold Coast. The time there on the 6 was 1:16.23. The numbers 5, 3 and 6.
They're off in the final event of the day, and Bazile Bay jumped out only moderately well. Perfect Rapture first to leave. Niagara hopped out nicely, and here's Ceto Stayer going up towards the front line. Bazile Bay is following Ceto Stayer. Star Joe going up inside of Bazile Bay. A length and a half to Crafty Bow, followed by the Rand Western approaches Deep Snip and Corporate James, followed by Chosen Warrior. 2 lengths further back in the field comes Mr. Piper, who's over on the inside rail, and Obsessed getting back towards the tail of the field. And there's another one, Magic, at the tail exactly. 800 left to go, and the leader is Ceto Stayer, narrowly from Niagara. Wider Perfect Rapture, Star Joe 4th. A length further back is Crafty Bow. Bazile Bay, they've kept him wide throughout. Then Deep Snip, followed by the Rand. Chosen Warrior the inside, more than a length the west, and approaches Corporate James, Mr. Piper, Obsessed, and 2 to Magic. Nearing the corner, 450 out. Ceto Stayer just shows the way from Perfect Rapture. Niagara 3/4 between the leaders, followed by Star Joe, and Bazile Bay going very wide. The deepest is the Rand. They straighten up, and here's Bazile Bay going out after Perfect Rapture, then Ceto Stayer, Niagara, Star Joe, and on the outside the Rand, Corporate James sticking on well. Bazile Bay is the leader. The other Newcastle trained horse, Corporate James, can't catch Bazile Bay, and this is Bazile Bay at his best. Bazile Bay from Corporate James and the Rand, then Magic, followed by Deep Smith. Western approaches wide out. Chosen Warrior closer in with Obsessed. And then Ceto Stayer followed by Perfect Rapture. And then Mr. Piper. The last three were Crafty Bow, Star Joe and Niagara. He's a top racehorse, this fella. Gee.
Number 13, Brazil Bay, to pay 231.20. 2 Corporate James 280. 6 The Rand 460.
2 Corporate James Newcastle trained horses have run the Quinella 290. And number 6 The Rand in the third spot will pay $3.60. By Zabeel, another win to the Zabeel progeny here today out of Esselt, is trained by Paul Perry for Mr. and Mrs. Terry Wallace, Mr. and Mrs. P.L. Priestley, Mr. and Mrs. P.M. Perry, and Mr. and Mrs. S. Marshall, and Larry Cassidy, the winning rider. Corporate James, the former Western Australian, trained a horse by Corporate Raider Saracen Girl, Max Lee's Cameron Swan, a bay gelding 6 Corporate James, Bazile Bay a bay gelding 4, and the Rand is a chestnut gelding 8. Sprightly Old Fella by 24 Carat Jewel of Light, Graham Begg, Kevin Moses. Now the full placings for the Superfecta: 13, 2, 6, 16, 9 and 8. 13, 2, 6, 16, 9 and 8. And the time for the last was 1:23.42. 1:23.42. Record on a good track at 1:22.58. So it's been a tip-top performance by Bazile Bay. That first run back obviously did him the world of good. And he was always handy, although he was wide, but you're better off to be out there today than close to the inside, because that's where you seemingly get bogged down. Now the margin's coming up. 3/4, 3 1/2. The time we've got 1:23.42. 36.35, and we've got the full numbers: 13, 2, 6, 16, 9 and 8 for the Super. Thanks, Damien, for your help. Bye. Okay.